Hi everybody, good morning. It's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and we are going to go on our first ramble this morning. I am full Pam Anderson, no makeup whatsoever, and I'm waiting for my friend Diane, and we are going to go on a walk, on our usual Sunday walk. And it's blowing out here in Okie and it's a little bit chilly, so sorry if the camera's moving around a little bit. But before she comes up, I want to show you a little bit of my little brown house in Indian Territory and this tree, this very interesting tree. So hold on. Okay, so now where I live is part of the Perryman Ranch. And Rachel Perryman, we're going to pass hopefully her little cemetery when we go walking. But they had a ranch. They were part of the Beaver Clan of the Muskogee Creek tribe. And this tree in my friend Kay's yard has been noted by the Historical Society to be actually part of the ranch. It's a beautiful tree. It's huge and big. It's an oak, I think. And yeah. So this is my little neighborhood. This is Mother Magnolia. She's a magnolia tree in my yard. We walk up here just a little bit to get a shot. We had a bad storm and a tree fell on this house. But that's another tree that was on the Perryman Ranch right there. So the Perryman were Creek Indians and they actually owned slaves, which I suppose is not a good thing, but they did. So we're going to stand down here. It's one of the Perryman trees. And we're going to wait for Diane to come up. There's my magnolia tree. I'm very proud of. There's my little house in Indian Territory. Joe took a picture of it lit up at night with my Christmas lights. And so he will. But this is approaching my house. So come on in the house. We're going to go in. We're going to walk up to the front door. It's my little house. I have a little small house. It's a tiny little bungalow. Alright, still waiting for Dee. This is where one of my dogs is buried. She was hit by a car, Lulu. We love her to death. That's a little depressing, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to close out here until I see Dee walking up the street. Here comes Diane! We're getting ready to go on a ramble. I'm good. You ready? Alright. Wait, I want to introduce everybody to you first. Everybody, this is Diane.
Hi.
And we're going to go on a walk. So we're going to get started. And we'll film a little later. Bye. I want to take a quick video of this house. This house is allegedly the first house in Brookside, where I live in this little neighborhood. It is haunted. I've talked with the owners a couple of times, haunted by a ballerina who used to live here. Her name is Julia. And another Perryman Ranch tree, because the Perryman Ranch spread all the way down here. And we're on the move again. Okay, here we are at the Perryman Cemetery. And it's just a few blocks from the house. I'm a little winded because Diane is like a little greyhound. She goes fast. So anyway, I'll let you read that. And we're going to sneak into the cemetery. And we're going to find Rachel's grave because Rachel Perryman is the one who lived at the ranch house, was actually on the land that I live on. So let's go sneak in. Okay, Diane, do you know how to get in?
I do not, but I think there's a little hole over here by
Yeah.
the trees.
That's how you get in.
It's gonna trespass.
We're gonna trespass. They won't care, it's historical. Okay, ooh. If I eat any more Thanksgiving foods, I won't be able to get in. Okay.
A couple that look like dog graves. Little dog houses.
Yeah, well, they're not dog houses.
Who are they?
Well, we'll go up to those. It's Kizzy Perryman. She's one of the Perrymans there. We'll get a good shot. The graveyard the cemetery used to be a lot bigger. But as construction came and houses were built, they just built over it. So poltergeist. Okay, so when you were a Creek Indian back in the day, you had this little house, and they would bury you right in your house. And they would just dig a hole in the floor, and they would bury you right in your house. And so the white settlers came over, and the white settlers like, ew, you can't do that. And they're like, well, can we still build them houses? And so they were like, yeah, you can still build the houses. So this is one of the oldest ones. Let's see if I can see. It's really hard to get a date on these, but these are the old Creek burial houses. And let's look inside and see if we can see. The grave is actually inside. You can't see inside. That would be disrespectful. But you can tell it's not, things are sinking. This used to have a little iron rod fence that went around it. And let's see, there's another one of the little houses. But where's Rachel? See, and a lot of the tombstones also have been stolen.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, they've been stolen. This is LD. Whoever LD was, Tulsa Historical Society takes care of it now.
Oh, these are a bunch of, these are children.
Yeah, these are a bunch of children. Children, of course, had a very high fatality rate.
Born and died, they're all born and died same year. Or 1 year later. Wow.
And this is the ugly house that they built next to it.
That's so sad.
Isn't it? Do you see Rachel? Yeah, there might have been a typhus outbreak or something like that. 1877, died 1888. And that's another tree that it's designated from the Perryman Ranch. And like I said, the cemetery went much further back and much further to the side. What?
Most of them belong to Emma.
Yeah.
And Emma is over here. And she died shortly after all her children died. So she died, where is she? Emma Drew, 1913. And all those children died between like 1907 and 1912. Isn't that awful?
That is awful.
She lost like 7 children.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, and there's some more of the little, it's missing a lot of headstones. But it's a beautiful place. It's a restful place. It has a little bench there. If you want to contemplate your own mortality, you can come up here. All right, so we'll just give you a good overview of it, and then we're going to head back on our walk.
I'm going to have to look up what disease was rampant in Tulsa at that time.
I wonder if it was, because we're close to the river, if it was typhus or something like that.
It wasn't time for the flu yet, the Spanish flu. That was a little later. Like, that was after. She died in 1913, and I think the Spanish flu was like 1917 or 1919. Yeah.
All right, we're back on our walk. We're headed out. What's this one? Can you read it?
That's
Hattie.
This is a different one. But again, it's a baby. It's a child. 65 to 92. Yeah, 27.
One of the chiefs, I don't pronounce his name right, one of the chiefs is buried over here. This is JC. It's all Perrymans, and they're all related, and who they married and everything like that. And then this, right over here, I found out from the Tulsa Historical Society, this upturned bucket is actually a grave.
Really?
Yeah. They've done the scanning,
Oh.
and it's actually a grave, and that's why the bucket is there upturned, but I don't think they're quite sure.
Are they going to put a headstone there once they
Well, I
figure
don't
it
think
out?
they know
Who it is?
who it is. Let's see what the sign says. Oh, yeah. Lega Soto Perryman was the chief. He was the chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation, and he's 16 monuments have been placed at previous unmarked graves, and dates were derived from Creek descendant interviews and recorded by Tulsa Historical Society.
Wow.
So that's where they think Legos is this upturned bucket. So that's kind of neat.
The original Perryman?
No, he's not the original Perryman, but he was one of the chiefs.
Huh. Was Perryman Creek Indian?
They were all Creek Indians, yes, and they were part of the Beaver clan.
Interesting. Huh.
All right, off we go. We're
Wow.
sneaking out. Okay, this is our final hill. This is called Double Down. There's usually an ambulance waiting at the top for me when I get there. I don't know if Diana's called that today, but we are going to take this hill, and then I'll check in with you when I finish it, should I finish it. We made it to the top of the hill. Look how red I am and look how red she's not. But we made it. Yay! To live another day, to walk another day. And now it's back home, clean up, head to church.